What's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is your favorite cousin, Bill. Welcome to the Bantha Bunch Show. That's right. Brought to you by Music and Coffee Studios. Oh, wait. Got the drops messed up already. Here we go. We got to get the drops in here. You know what I'm saying? Brought to you by Music and Coffee Studios. This is your favorite cousin. And we do this here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And as per usual, I'm joined by a special guest, but usually not this early. Everybody, give a hand for your boy, Producer T.
What up?
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Why y'all ain't giving him a hand? Y'all just bullshitting out there. You know what I'm talking about? That's what you gotta do. You gotta give him a hand. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day out there. Shout out to everybody out in the world. Is that? Oh, no. Somebody just done dying. Those ding and dash. What do they call it? Dine and ditch? No. Ding dong ditch.
Nigga knocking,
ding dong ditching.
Throw that one in there.
You know how it is. Niggas be knocking, boy. Niggas be knocking. Before I go too hard into a Sinbad impersonation, how you doing today, Producer T?
I'm fine. I decided to wear this hat today to honor and give props to the 12 jurors, the 6 standby jurors, and the prosecutor in New York's case for actually going through with this whole thing, despite all the death threats and probably a lot more stuff to come to them. They stood on business and they found him guilty. So this one's for you, New York. Rocking today.
Shout out to y'all, New York. You know what I'm saying? We keeping y'all out here. Y'all did it. We got it. I don't got no good drops for that. There we go.
In New York. We need that one.
I don't got that one. I don't got. Well, until they say, for me at least, until they say how much time this nigga is spending in jail,
it don't matter.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's good to have it on the books. It's kind of like when you're doing your taxes.
So that's July 11th. So that's the day I'm really looking forward to, where they actually handle the sentencing.
Yeah, July 11th.
But for now, I just want to say, like, the people who did there, like, this is going to be up to the judge and everything. But for now, you know, the jurors and the prosecutor, they did their part. They did
absolutely. The hard work has been done. Shout out to Morgan. What up, fam? Is what Fifth Bantha said, and I'm saying, what up, dog?
Morgan was here earlier, so I don't have to explain what's on the hat today.
Yeah, no explanations needed. He probably would have caught that one anyway had he seen it on his own, because he has been one of the main people trying to keep me up to date on what's going on with Trump. Shout out to Marcus. He was trying to keep me up to date today. He sent me a text message. I think I made him mad. He sent me a text message talking about, you know, Trump been found guilty. And I was like, hell yeah. But is he going to jail though? and then that nigga never texted me back. It's been like 10 hours. He ain't texted me back. Right now there are fireworks going off here in LA for some reason. So if you happen to hear explosions, I'm not blowing up. We are blowing up here at the Bantha Bunch and at Nerds at Night and the Drunk Banthas channel. And if you're watching from any of those, go ahead, hit the like button, go ahead, hit subscribe, and go ahead and hit the bell if it is your first time here. I'm not gonna say that. I was about to say something, but anyway, go ahead and share this with your mama, share this with your auntie, share this with your best friend, because if they not here watching it with you, then they don't really love you, right? But yeah, man, how was your Memorial Day weekend? Did you do anything? Did you slap some cheeks, or eat some good food, drink some good alcohol?
I want to say I ate some barbecue. Like I went to Brother's Barbecue and bought barbecue, and then I'm pretty sure I spent Memorial Day with you guys. I didn't really do anything that weekend.
That's right. Memorial Day, definitely spent it hanging out with us. So we land at 5:22 a.m. July the 4th. As you was asking me. So we get in the red eye 11:15 p.m. July the 3rd. Sorry to say that, because I was actually out of breath already and just kept trying to say it instead of taking a breath. But so yeah, just so you know, that was a little behind the scenes information, y'all. That's probably boring to y'all, but we're gonna be in Chicago and it's gonna be lit. So yeah, try not to stalk us too hard, but hit us up if you want to kick it. But yeah, man, I went to San Francisco, as you know. I got to see My Morning Jacket for free, I should say. I mean, kind of for free. I bought a lot of drinks for Destiny, so shout out to Destiny. She got me a ticket from some people online through the beautiful community of the My Morning Jacket community.
I couldn't tell you one single My Morning Jacket song.
Here in Spirit, that's a good one to like act like you know who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a good one. I sampled one of their songs once, or a couple of their songs actually. A few of their songs. So I'm pretty familiar with them. But that was a great show. Got really, really high and drank a lot of alcohol while I was there. I won $150 on an I'm not gonna name which betting service it was, but betting on some basketball games. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day they'll go ahead and sponsor your boy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and sponsor this YouTube channel. Random betting service on your app phone thing. Go ahead. I'm down. I'm using you. I'm using it right now. You might as well go ahead and lock us up, lock us down right over here at the Drunk Banthas, the Bantha Bunch show, or even Nerds at Night. However y'all feel like it needs to go down. But definitely won me $150. What I bet? I bet $10. $150 off $10. It was good. It's a good day. Good weekend. So now that I got it all that weekend, I took the train. Did I tell y'all that? I took the train.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was talking to somebody else about that, about you taking the train. I was like, man, he gonna be in for a rude awakening taking that fucking train. So how was it?
It was not too shabby, dude. I'm not mad at it. I wasn't mad at it. Now, I was by myself, and I didn't have to go like cross country. Like, it was just a day. It was a whole day, but it wasn't. It was just a day. And so I'm gonna have to give it I'd say a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6.8, but I'm not trying to do the 0.8 point, whatever. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? The food was good, for the most part. They ain't have a lot of variety. Like, don't get it twisted. Wasn't hardly any variety. They had better desserts than I thought they would. You know what I mean? Blueberry cheesecake was slapping. Slap your mama good, as they say. And I had the steak both nights because I just didn't trust nobody salmon on no train, and I didn't trust nobody chicken on no train.
Yeah, I went with the steak when I went over It was good though.
Jesus Christ, that was a long one. Where the fuck did that come from? Oh man, is there somebody at the door? Jesus Christ. I was like, who the fuck could it be? Oh,
Hey.
What is happening, dog? What is happening?
What's good? I just got done running a train, actually.
Hey. Hold on, I think I got something for that. Sorry, I got that. That's what I got for it.
The rim shot right there. Okay.
Yeah, that was not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should have got this. But if you were running,
I mean, the food wasn't good either.
Oh no, that one's a good one. Yeah. So, how was your weekend, man? How was your weekend? You fuck it up?
Oh yeah, we were just destroying that with all of the Zimbabwean Zim Expo, which is like, just the thing that we like to do. Memorial Day, we like to flex on America sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Nothing about no barbecue.
It was like, because it was like Zim Expo at this hotel. It kind of got me pissed off because people were coming from like all out of town, so nobody was making the food. So like something I was like super excited about was getting all of the Zimbabwean food, but no one. It was all like hotel like banquet food. I was like,
oh man, niggas was lazy.
I was like, what is this?
Shit. What the fuck
is this? I was like, damn. I was looking at all the aunties. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh man, the aunties let you down, man. It happens.
Never let me down.
My mama didn't be wanting to cook nothing. My mom's probably one of the best cooks in our family. No, she's one of the best cooks in our family. She ain't trying to cook nothing. Yeah. She like, nah.
Definitely not for the whole part.
I will order a lot of food. Do you want some?
Right.
Oh man.
Not for the whole party.
Louisiana family reunion in 2 weeks. I'm not sure what we're doing for the food. I do know I paid like $80 for some food, so
I know one thing y'all be doing. Sweating. That's one thing y'all gonna be doing for sure. Gonna be hot than a bitch.
In Louisiana, yeah.
But no, it's in a well, some of it's in a hotel, but I don't know if there's like a big park thing that we're doing also.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to do the park. It's not a Negro family reunion if y'all don't have park visiting.
Does it always have to be a Negro family reunion though?
If it's Negroes, I mean, he ain't got no other. I don't know if his family is just white.
I mean, the Negro family reunion. There's it's always in our heart.
No, this is specifically the black. There's two sides of this family line. This is the black side of the family line. So it is that. I can't deny it. Like, no, it really is.
No, yeah, there's a difference between a Negro family reunion and
there's a different side of the family. So yeah,
there's a nigga family reunion, which is different. That's the kind of things that we used to throw in my family, but we no longer do that due to the fact that in nigga family reunions. So we've been avoiding that, trying to keep it. Our family can get together. Our family can get together as long as we don't call it a family reunion. Because like if one of us says, "Hey, I'm gonna be down there," and and then everybody kind of converges into one spot. It's a party. Everybody gets drunk. You know what I'm saying? It gets crazy. But
no, we got the t-shirts and everything.
Yeah, when you get the t-shirt, that's when it's gonna be a fight in my family. Not speaking for nobody else, but when you get the t-shirt, that's when everybody start boop 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 boop. What you said, nigga? Fuck you, nigga. You owe me money anyway.
Wow. You know who's supposed to like be there, but probably will not show? It's two people. Sid of the internet and Taco.
What? Taco's your cousin? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Probably won't be there.
Probably not. I think like his mom. I think their mom and aunt might are coming.
Would it fuck you up if they showed up? Would you be
Oh, hell yeah, I'd be so fucking. That would make this trip worth it. I would never complain about a family reunion.
Oh wow, it'll make all other family reunions like retroactively better too.
Okay, I'm definitely trying to get them on the show. So
only famous people in my family were baseball players, and like they were like baseball players when baseball players were the shit. But like nobody knows who the fuck they are unless you watch baseball like for the last 6 decades, 5 decades now. Yeah, 6 decades. Then you probably don't know who any of the people that I'll be talking about are.
Even if it's hard to get like 6 decades worth of baseball in my lifetime. Yo, did you guys talk already about the Apple Music list?
Haven't talked about anything, man.
No, I'm just talking about like even like earlier this week when I was listening, or last week
on the Drunk Banthas podcast every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. No,
yeah, that's the one. No,
we didn't talk about that there. No.
But also last week after I left, we didn't talk about that shit.
Nope.
Y'all see this? You heard about this?
I thought it didn't happen until Friday. I thought they put it out.
Oh yeah, it probably did happen on Friday. No, it says actually May 22nd. Let me see here.
We just slept on it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter till the radio stations started talking about it and shit.
Did y'all see the list?
I heard about the first 5, and then I heard a couple of other ones that were out there. I just want to say, ain't no way in hell Lauryn Hill, Miseducation and Lauryn Hill is better than Stevie Wonder's.
I did think that was interesting.
The
Songs in the Key of Life.
Songs in the Key of Life. Oh my God! First of all, I just want y'all to know, Stevie Wonder won Album of the Year every year for like 8 years, like 71 to 79. 71 to 80, but he lost. The only reason he didn't win all of those through that span of time because he didn't put an album out that year. So let's just tell you, like, nigga was really that dude, and I don't know if I can put the Miseducation, and they consider Songs in the Key of Life to be the best out of all those albums, and I just don't know if I can consider.
Yeah, man, 3 consecutive album releases he won in a row.
It's ridiculous. He's a phenomenal, most prolific, rewarded musician of all time, in my opinion. Most talented, most prolific, most awarded musician. But she did clean house at the Grammys on one album. You know what I mean? She knocked it out of the park.
No, it's a great album. It's a fantastic album.
But
yeah, it did feel kind of like the whole list just seemed very random.
Yeah, for those of you,
but also predictable.
For those of you, sorry, I mean, because for those of you who don't know, it came in number 1. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was number 1. Kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting. I'm not trying to go through the whole list or whatever, but there's some notable ones.
You said this is Apple Music, yeah?
Apple Music, yeah. And and it's also like interesting because I don't know who picked that.
What does that one say it again for the listening audience?
Super Duper Live. Missy Elliott at 75.
I can't stand the rain.
I don't
know, man. Listen to that album right now. That album is pretty, like, sonically, like, it is produced to the T. It still holds up with the production level. But I don't know, this is also all songs of all time, too.
You said it's also all songs of all time? What do you mean?
All genres.
Yeah.
And I believe this is American releases. So let's keep that in mind for those who are listening. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go look it up. And
if
you're listening to us on Apple podcast, it's easy for you to just switch over to your Apple Music and just look over at that and see what's going on. I'm saying, check out this list. I was surprised there wasn't, like I said, I hadn't seen this entire list. I was surprised there wasn't as much.
We're all D'Angelo.
There wasn't a lot of rock music, I wasn't as much as I thought there would be.
I feel, like define rock, because I do feel like there is quite a bit on here.
Well, I mean, define rock. I mean, rock music. I mean, shit. Like, it's just, I mean, there's some on here, but I feel like this is dominated by a lot of pop and R&B. And
I could see that.
It's not pop and also rock. That's what when I'm saying rock music, that's what I'm talking about. And there's just a lot of pop music and R&B music. It's just so, I mean, I guess, and there's a fine line between R&B and pop anyway.
Yeah.
But it did shock me how much hip hop was on here.
There's a lot of hip hop on here.
I guess that's my point. Is like, I figured
Billie Eilish on the 30 spot. I was like, what the hell? I mean, because I like this album quite a bit, but I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
No.
Like, when would I put that? Yeah, the Low End Theory right next to
playing Low End
Eilish.
No, yeah, get at least it's higher. Like, that's all.
One higher. But then The Dark Side of the Moon, I'm thinking, like, it's just like kind of strange because I don't even think like this is the best album in the world. I'm just surprised that it's not like in the top 15, just because of like how generically acclaimed it is.
I mean, I agree. Like I said, I was very shocked there wasn't more rock music.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at the.
Well, it sounds like a lot of Kanye's family members had a chance to vote on this.
Daft Punk, kind of crazy.
Bruce
Springsteen,
all time, like that's crazy. Top 30 of all time. That's wild.
Are you saying? Are you putting? Like, are you saying the Beatles' Revolver, is that rock for you?
It is, but it should.
Okay.
It also should be way lower. By the way,
lower as in
way lower. Like it should be in the 40s.
Okay.
But yeah,
it's hard when you're doing like a countdown because it's like
right.
Lower. Does that mean better or worse?
Lower on the rung. On the tier.
Taylor Swift, 1989 as. I just don't.
Let's just stop.
Yeah, man. It's just ridiculous.
It's just a fake list because anytime you can make a list and no one have to put their name on it, I'm like, oh, it's a computer generated list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Like if we ask ChatGPT what its opinion is.
Yeah. And then maybe you have a couple of more data points than what we have, just what do you call it? Like a blind look at it. If you have a couple more data points, you put it in there and then boom.
I've never heard this album. Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell? Oh, that's where what's that song? That that shit. I can't remember the lyrics. That's Joni Mitchell.
Paradise and put up a parking lot. Ooh, bop, bop. Is that right?
You don't know about Joni Mitchell? Joni Mitchell never lied.
Let's see here.
Which is also, isn't that on no, it ain't on Lauryn Hill. It's on what's the name? Tribe Called Quest. Low End Theory. It's on Low End Theory, if I'm not mistaken, with Janet Jackson on it.
Like a sample of it or what?
No, actually it's on Janet Jackson's album, but Q-Tip produced it for her. Or is it on Low End Theory? Damn, I can't remember which one it is. But it is a Janet Jackson Q-Tip song for sure. And Joni Mitchell is sampled.
One of them joints. Okay. So we got Bob Dylan.
Bobby D. R.I.P.
The Blueprint. This is like, I don't know. Like, understand the acclaim of the Blueprint. I like the Black Album better.
To me, that's just a matter of opinion. You didn't sell drugs. That's what it says. That's just all it says. Drugs going up. So therefore, yeah, I mean that makes sense. But this is also proof to me that this was a hip hop bias list, right? Like
with it being at the top.
With there being not only so much hip hop, but also the Blueprint being number 13 all time albums, all time. Dog, that is wild.
It's also like the strange thing is because they just say 100 best albums. They don't even really say all time. I mean, it's encompassing all time, but like they don't actually say all time. They just say 100 best albums.
They don't say all time.
Some type of category.
Like, is it like best selling albums? Best albums, as in that's the most downloaded ones.
No, like we don't know
that get played on Apple.
Right.
I didn't look into it that much, but
what makes
was
this
kind of ambiguous about the metrics that they're using to determine or like who's voting on this.
Did they put Portishead on there? I don't give a fuck.
Radiohead.
Portishead's probably on here. I mean, like if Nirvana's on here, Portishead's on here. Like,
yeah, if it's not, this whole list is trash to me.
I like Nirvana. I love Nirvana. Owned albums of theirs, but I mean, we know that Radiohead is like a way better like musical band, than their Nirvana is. Anybody in their band would tell you that.
Reaching into the top 10, that's Beyonce's Lemonade.
Hold on. Top 10, Beyonce's Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay. And never mind Nirvana. It's got me off guard a lot.
How?
Really? Amy Winehouse? No, this one right here. Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
That is a well-produced album. Not gonna say anything bad about. Like, I understand what you're saying, but
no, yeah. I mean, it's beautiful.
I think that's a lot of what they were going. Like, that's got to be one of the criterias in this is that like the sonic value, because that's the one thing that all of these top 10 ones have in common.
Okay, and then we got. This also caught me by surprise. Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
Didn't catch me by surprise. Pulitzer Prize winning.
He won the Pulitzer for To Pimp a Butterfly. If you're going to put Kendrick on
I'm
the
just
list, I'm surprised that it was this one and not To Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm just saying.
I would say it would definitely be Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me either one of them being on there, but also any of his works could be considered.
This feels like a list made by a white person that kind of grew up around a lot of black people.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake.
So he's a cool dude. Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
I was the first white man thought.
Number 6, Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I'm not
talking about this. We're kind of
I'm telling you, whoever made this list has been told the phrase, "You invited to the cookout." Someone has said this phrase to this man.
Or woman.
Or woman. Yeah.
Or woman.
Not sexist. We're just racist here.
I'm really not. I'm not really seeing too much of a gender. What would give me one gender or the other so far on these albums?
This one completely fucked me up. Frank Ocean's Blonde.
Not even the best Frank Ocean album. And also,
can't believe it's not orange.
You know, I knew it was a black person who made this list when I saw this, and it narrowed it down for me when I saw this number 5 right here. And I know who did it. I know who made this list. Frank Ocean. It's Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean made the list.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Just look at the top 10 and tell me Frank Ocean didn't make this list. How does Billie Eilish get to top 30? I'm fucking telling you, Frank Ocean made this list, man. It's just, I don't know. If you know anything about Frank Ocean, I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know enough about Frank Ocean that this makes me laugh and is a credible theory. You know, that's what I gotta say. It's like, well,
Frank
you know,
Ocean
enough
made
to be
this
like,
list, it would have been if Frank Ocean made this list, it would have been 2 years late and also only had like 30.
oh, you know what? You know what discredits this? That theory is that there's not a Odd Future Wolfgang album on here.
Well,
or Tyler the Creator in the top 10.
He's probably
in the top 10. I mean, Flower Boy is in the. I think it was in like 90 something.
Yeah, see, I would say Odd Future Wolfgang and something from Tyler would be in the top 10, unless they have a beef that I don't really know about, and so that's why he didn't put him on there. Because then that would definitely go back into your theory even harder.
Yeah, number 4, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Prince, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Yeah, I mean it's pretty,
and it's kind of crazy because like I almost would have predicted number 4. I would have predicted Abbey Road, the Beatles, as number 3. I would have predicted it. I would have actually predicted Thriller, Michael Jackson as like number 1.
It is number 1. It is number. It is number 1.
I would have like
put this list together, but
you know who made this fucking list? It was Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
It's the only Frank Ocean album she's listened to is Blonde. That's just how I knew something was up when they put Blonde as
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
And that's the number 1, like, based on what?
It's very interesting. It's a very interesting.
Well, Frothy says it is a lesbian thing.
It's a lesbian thing. Ooh.
Maybe it was a lesbian who put this.
Okay, well, where was Erykah Badu on this list then?
She's at like number 60 something.
No, I thought she was in the top 20s or top 30s.
Let's see here.
The first Erykah Badu album I thought was in there in like the top something.
I think Baduism is like the one that's picked.
Nope, it's down there. It's down there.
Aretha Franklin not being that's kind of crazy.
And we got Billie
even like Outkast, like Billie Eilish beating Outkast.
That's what we got going on right now. That's how strangers really living their life right now out here. I love that song, by the way. I forgot who it is, but I love that song. And yeah.
I kind of like Kate Bush as number 50. What? I think that actually works.
It wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Stranger Things.
Right? Yeah, take that.
Now, I would put it in my top 50, but you know, like, come on, man. I know the world ain't rocking with it like this. This is pissing me off that she's
64.
64.
Wow, trash.
You know what? Y'all need to Tyrone, goddammit, and fucking get this list up out my goddamn face. Who is at number 100? Who's 100? Who's at 100? Who is
Robin?
Robin?
Oh, they put Dummy. Okay, I saw Dummy on there as in the 60s.
Hold on.
Not what I would have picked.
Hold on. Doggy Style is goddamn in the 80s.
Afterworld is on. It's fucking ridiculous too.
Afterworld should not fucking be anywhere in this top.
It's ridiculous.
I love that album.
Ridiculous.
You nowhere near. And that's not even. Hold on. That's not her first album.
Yeah, but it's got that one.
Doesn't matter.
What's that?
Corner. So Robin's like
dancing on my own. Yeah.
To the fucking list of 100 top albums.
Why?
It's really strange.
Very strange.
This is some kind of weird AI algorithm thing.
Yeah. You know what? Shout out to Terry. He's the first one to call it right now. You heard it here first on the Bantha Bunch.
Like it has to be AI. This is AI. It's gonna come out and they're gonna say it.
It'll come out in about the end of the year when Spotify's doing their end of year review, and then Spotify that their shit, that Apple shit is fake.
Yeah.
I don't even use either. I use YouTube Music.
There you go.
Now that's crazy.
It's not. It's really the best one. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that.
And because I'm paying for premium, so like I get YouTube Premium, and like it's the music app really makes it worth it for me.
Mm.
Yeah, Lil Frothy does that. She's got the premium YouTube. And what's dope about that to me is not just the lack of commercials. Everybody knows you get the lack, you don't get no commercials with it.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who don't know, YouTube has movies. So you can watch.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch all the free movies. Like when you don't have the premium, the free movies have ads, but all the free movies don't got no ads. So it's just movies. So you literally are paying for movies nonstop in your life. Like literally, if you don't use YouTube for anything now, to me, that's what you should use it for if you use the premium. You know what I'm saying? If you're a movie lover, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is kind of an awesome segue into Movie Pass.
Movie Pass, okay.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
The real Movie Pass today would be YouTube. Like in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You can go anytime you want to.
The Alamo Draft House has their own program, but you got
so does
Movie Pass was
so does AMC, so does Regal. Me and Alex.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Alex has an AMC pass. I have a Regal pass. Alex used to have a Movie Pass, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, no, we were really big a part. We were a really big part of this community at the beginning. Not in the sense that not me personally, you know what I mean. But like I said, I'm pretty sure Alex had one, and they actually mentioned it in the documentary that like the way they get started is they start basically buying the tickets from AMC, and then at like a discount rate, like giving the tickets to other to their customers via a debit card that you could use 2 times a month to go see a movie, and it still was a little cheaper than the actual price of a movie. So it was like it's like you're getting a good deal, but not like a steal, right? I gotta be careful how I move my hands with this fucking new camera. This bitch might just move on me. I'm trying to figure out how to, hold on. Oh, tap to
lock. You gotta move camera.
I locked it. Yeah, I got a new camera. It's AI. Speaking of AI, I gotta lock that bitch so it won't move, because if I move my hand like this,
then it'll be like, hey, you're going up.
It'll zoom
going up for that.
Yeah, it'll do this, or might do whatever. Yeah. And I talk with my hands, so I had to turn that shit off. But yeah, like one thing that blew my mind is because I was watching it like, oh yeah, what did happen to Movie Pass? Movies anytime, anywhere, any day. Like what? Shit.
Yeah.
But in the movie, you get to see how AMC got made, which is something they don't focus on. So, which is why I'm gonna start with that a little bit, like how AMC and Regal started their little Movie Pass shit. Like Movie Pass came up with theirs first, and they were buying their tickets through AMC, and that allowed them to be able to, have customers be able to go actually use their tickets. But then they got bigger. They started using, both Regal and AMC or whatever. AMC signed a deal with them to like go forward, like making more deals in the future. And then goddamn, the Cuban dude who signed them he retired, and they hired some old white dude, and he was like, nah, man, I'm not dealing with these niggas. And he said we can make this on our own. And they went and made AMC's version of Movie Pass, which is the same shit, except they don't have to buy the tickets from themselves. You know what I mean? So like, you'd have to ask yourself, why is AMC's version so goddamn expensive? If like it's more expensive than Movie Passes was even before they got merged with these other venture capital companies. Damn, see what happened? This bitch is drunk.
The AI is rebelling.
This bitch is drunk as a motherfucker. Hold on a second, I'm gonna close that bitch out. But yeah, it just kind of blew my mind because it just shows you, like, no matter what you're trying to do, like as a entrepreneur, somebody will take that shit. Somebody will fucking take your shit. And like, it's kind of something that you notice throughout the entire documentary is like, me and Terry were talking about it before we went live. I had no idea that the founders of Movie Pass were black. But they don't even start with that in this documentary. They don't even start with that in the documentary. It's just like, oh yeah, it was me and we were doing this, we were doing that.
Yeah, it starts with the two white dudes doing the report on like CNN or whatever they were on, talking about money, and it's like, oh yeah, I bet it was two white dudes, huh?
And it just literally left to believe that. But when you go through it, you're like, oh man, this is black folks being did like this. Like,
right?
Like, oh, now it makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see why I feel
in that moment. Yeah, until that moment, I was literally kind of like, why is it that these dudes lost all this shit? Like, these guys, not just the men, but the women as well, seemed very happy and passionate about what they were doing. It's like, how did this go wrong? Because the only reason we're watching it is because something went wrong, right? Like, that's the only reason we're watching it. Like, and I forgot that it existed, meaning it doesn't exist. So, or at least not in the same way. So let me figure out what's going on here. And I was like, this couldn't be. How did this go bad? Then they started really showing these white dudes, man. We should say these criminals. but these white men who came into this, I don't just want to keep calling them white men because it's not really what it is about. It's really about the fact that these guys were, what do you call it, stock market sharks? Is that a good term for it? Like, stock market groomers, because that's what it felt like. I'm gonna call them stock market groomers, because what they did was they took advantage of some people who they knew were starting out, had a good product, invest money that they know is short term into the product to blow up the stock price, and then get a whole bunch of people buying on that buyout. And then, actually, see, it's not theirs. So they don't care. They just getting as much cash as they can off of it immediately. When the bottom falls out, they're like, hey, look, I don't know what happened, man. Look, it's cool, whatever. But hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to go ahead and start this other company or whatever. But
God's life.
Exactly. That's just life. But
all my shit was insured, or I had it backed up somehow to where I didn't lose any money. You may have lost money. I didn't lose any money on this.
And it's none of their hopes and dreams either.
And then I probably made some other very important people some money. So when this fails, they're going to hire me because I didn't lose them money, though. Like, I didn't lose the right people money. And I feel like that always is what gets these guys into trouble, is because they lose money for the wrong person.
Yeah,
like they can get away with it for so long and go keep doing these other companies, but it's not until they screw over the wrong person do they get what's coming to them. Like, I would bring up like Enron, Ponzi schemes, the Ponzi man himself, Donald Trump, basically.
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff, my boy Bernie, free Bernie. And my number one, actually, my dude that I hold higher than Bernie is Martin Scarelli.
Martin
Scarelli.
Yeah.
He didn't go to jail for jacking up the prices of the pharmaceuticals. He went to jail because he misled his stockholders, the wrong people to mislead. They didn't give two shit that he was raising up them prices and doing all kinds of shit. They were mad that they had these people lost money.
Well, it's because it's not that they weren't mad about him raising the prices of drugs. It was more so the fact that you can't do anything about it. Like you can't. There's nothing illegal that he's done there. But to your point as well, though, you can't fuck with people's money. When you fuck with people's money, that, especially in the stock
The
market,
wrong people, but because certain people's money you can always fuck with, and that's how they get away with it. But when they fuck with the wrong person's money,
well, it depends on how they do it. I guess what I'm talking about is like when you're dealing with people. So your fiduciary responsibility as a Fortune 500 company is to create a profit for your stockholders. And once it can be proven that you are actually deceiving your stockholders, that's when they can take you to jail or prosecute you at least. Who knows if you're going to go to actual jail. But that was one of the things, spoiler alert, about this documentary that was dope, is that the people the whole time that I'm going through I'm going through the documentary from the beginning, just like, Alex, if anybody ever says this to you, man, and you start a business, that nigga robbing you. Okay, I'm just telling you. If you get on television on MSNBC or whatever it is, CNBC, whatever, the CSNBC, I don't know. If you get on one of these shows and you tell people, I'm absolutely positive, if that ever come out of motherfucker's mouth, he is stealing. He's stealing from the company. If he says there's no way we do anything, he just said there's no way we ... That nigga's stealing. There's just no situation in which anybody knows everything and can guarantee you anything when it comes to business. And so that's a good sign if you're out there and you're a future entrepreneur, you're trying to go into anything business. It's a good sign. Somebody trying to tell you all that shit, they blowing smoke up your ass. You know what I'm saying? And man, they gonna try to pound it. So one thing that got me like out of the dumps of the depressing side of the documentary itself was definitely that they were able to charge these guys with crimes, because what they did was just what Italian mob bosses used to do. I'm saying used to do because I don't know what they're doing today. I don't know. I'm not accusing no mob bosses of doing anything negative today, but I know for a fact that they used to purchase, like, you heard of a shakedown. A real shakedown is I purchase or go into business with you. We become business partners. Terry's got his pens. I say, Terry, I want to be a business partner with you. I think we can really get these pens off the ground. Terry's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you gotta do it. Look, man, look, you're purging money. I got this infusion of capital. It's gonna be great. Terry's like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. You do got money. I do need money. So fuck it. I'm gonna use some of your money. Then I get access to Terry's. One day Terry comes into the office and I'm just all up in Terry's documents and I'm out here doing all kind of shit. And I'm like, Terry's like, what's going on? I'm like, no, nigga, I'm just looking over some documents. How you been doing, man? You know what? I just ordered 1,400,000 fucking pens. You'd be like, 1,000,000 pens, nigga? Yes, nigga. Bought 1,000,000 pens. Why did you do that? Well, I feel like we need to increase productivity. Terry's like, nigga, we don't have that kind of money. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. The money's coming. I just ordered some more money. You ordered money? Yes, I ordered money. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Terry's like, you know what? I just checked my bank account. Goddamn, the money is there. Fuck, I guess this shit is, you know what? This nigga's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know about this shit. So fuck it. Then one day, you look at the bank account. You're like, hold on, Mick. You said everything was fine, but I looked at the bank account. Shit ain't got no money in it. And then I say, yeah, it's fine. And then you come in the next day and we're fucking selling everything. Everybody's cleaning out everything, boxing up everything. It's like, what happened? Oh, we're closing down. Terry, you've actually been kicked off the board. And, you actually don't own T-Pens no more. We actually own that, and we sold that to somebody else. And actually, we kind of left you with the debt because I wasn't actually an owner. I'm actually just a beneficiary. I'm just like contributing money to this. So you actually are left with all the debt. So bye. And so, but the reason that that's illegal is because, like we said, right, you're deceiving people. Like you're deceiving not only the shareholders, but in this case, the business owner, with the intention of you going out. You saying you got the intent of growing the company and making things productive, but then you just go out here and drive it into the ground, raising everybody's credit up, while thus still taking the benefits of everything. Like, hey, look, don't you want to invest in this? Don't you want to contribute to this? It's like me getting a underdog fantasy contract, a DraftKings contract, and some other FanDuel contract, and then telling them I'm all going to promote it, but then I don't, and I just leave and I just go home. That's illegal. You gotta go to jail for that. And I like that they're actually prosecuting these dudes. But did you guys actually watch this documentary right here, or did you get a chance to? What was?
I actually did not.
Damn, that's just gonna be like a reset moment. Every time I go off camera, it just would bring this shit over closer, so it don't do that again. Hopefully, what was like outside of these dudes being black, the owners, the founders rather? What was the most shocking thing to you about this documentary? Terry, go ahead. I'll let you go.
I missed really the only shocking thing about the documentary to me was that the founders were black and just how they basically got kicked off the board of their own company that they founded. And it kind of like makes you realize what that distinction between CEO, founder, and president all are. Like, while you think there might be one and the same, it's like, no, they have very much a legal distinction in the business world. Like, these are different titles. And like, just because you're the founder doesn't mean shit just because you might be the president or see, like, it's like this weird checks and balance type thing, you know. And like, then you have like a board that also goes into this, like, that are like, it's things that I'm like, wow, there's a lot
that would be crazy too. Like,
not like
doing that like on a small scale too.
Yeah.
If we did on a small scale and we were just like, me and Terry were just like, you know what, Bill? It's not working out. Terry is now the owner of the Bantha Bunch show. It's like, wait, what? Hold on a second.
Dude, that is exactly.
I think just seeing like how it all fell down. I was like, yeah, they were just taking money from investors and they overinflated the stock and fell out. I was like, yeah, that's not surprising. But what was surprising was like who they took it from. And I was like, yeah, there's just nothing else really surprising about another fucking company that was too big for his britches and spent way too much fucking money. It was like watching Fire Fest, or like, I guess that's kind of like the term for things now, the Fire Fest of it all.
So from my limited
over-promising and spending way too much money.
My limited understanding, because I didn't watch the documentary, but I do remember, the moment of the Movie Pass, that summer of Movie Pass, and the it seemed like it would have worked out if they didn't like grow so big all at once. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like they had a steady thing going until they had everybody in the country signing up and trying to get the deals. Is that where it kind of went wrong?
Where it went wrong was when, so they existed for about 5 years without no one really, like, they had about 20,000 subscribers in about 5 years. And then they had this dude, Chris, who is a well-intended, like, just happy-go-lucky, nice, rich-ass motherfucker, right? Like, super rich. But he's like, yo, I'll give you $1 million to help, boost this platform, because I feel like it's really supposed to be something. So they're like, what? Yeah, okay, boom. That worked out for him. And he gave him first of 500,000, and then he gave him another 500,000 when they hit another subscriber mark. And yeah, they were doing well. Like you said. Then I guess Chris decides at some point he's a little bit above his skis. Like, look, I really wanted to invest and help you guys out. And I still want to help you guys out, but I am too busy and I don't want to just keep putting my money into this and not have any really understanding of what's going on day to day. So I think I should hire somebody else that'll help you guys and to keep providing you guys some money. And that guy was Mitch. Mitch the bitch. Okay, Mitch the bitch.
I think I just got like a little taste of that in the. Who was it? Was that Mitch just right there?
Oh, that was what's his name? Ted. Mitch is the one sitting down in a big ass house. If you just keep
just do a
little
partying with Big Boy, John Travolta. They burnt him $250 million. Whoa.
Meanwhile, there weren't extension cords to plug our computers into.
First of all, why did the nigga from Fubu have to be wasted when he did his fucking interview? That's what I want to know.
It was wasted.
Dude, did you hear him? That wasn't. That's exactly how he sounded every time he opened his mouth.
$250 million. Whoa.
What did he say right here?
$80 million plus.
We had a product that no one could stop.
Mitch was making a toast, and he said, "Mark my words, everyone's gonna be rich."
They just spend.
So that was.
So yeah, if anybody says that to you, mark my words, everyone's gonna be rich. If a fucking CEO, CFO, COO says to you one of those things, that's Mitch right there on the left. Right.
Okay.
If somebody says that to you, then they're fucking lying, dog. Like they're stealing from the company if they say that. At best, okay? They might be involved in some fucking espionage or some drug cartel shit, something. But at best, they're stealing from you. So shout out to our, future entrepreneurs and present entrepreneurs out there. Just watch out for people like this. Because what the guy on the left, Mitch's job is to find you capital. So his job is to go out there. Hold on. What Alex say?
Alex says, do trust anyone who says everyone is going to be rich.
You
have to don't trust anyone.
I think he means don't. Yeah, don't trust anyone who says everyone is gonna be rich.
Chip and chatter.
Yeah, don't
May
do
thy
it.
night chip and chatter, Alex.
May thy ninth chip and chatter. Ah, man, it's not over. We actually lost that contest, but we lost that. Like we put it in for the calendar association. We didn't win. So if you want May thy ninth, if you want May the 9th to be May thy 9th chip and shatter, and you want it to be a holiday, like go ahead, go on. I don't know. It's the National Calendar Association. Yeah, check that shit out.
Next year.
We gonna make that shit happen, man. We gonna make that shit happen. But yeah, Mitch is a guy who's supposed to go out and get you money. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to be the guy who, let's just say you're a couple of black entrepreneurs. He's supposed to be he's supposed to be the guy who go out and get you some white folks to spend some money, get you some white folks to empty them pockets out.
Right, what they call them in here? They said it. They said it pretty much blankly. They said get you some gray-haired folks that look like him.
Yeah,
light-skinned gray-haired folks. That's what you need.
Gray-haired men.
Gray-haired men. Yeah.
Look like white, gray-haired men. These were the
like they pretty much said it like yeah, I mean, it was like you look, you Negroes need a white man to get you this white man money. Like they ain't gonna give it to y'all.
Absolutely.
He has a point.
Well, I don't remember the white guys saying that, but the black guys said it for sure. And then they were aware of it. Like, yo, and I think that's why to a degree they were willing to allow them to help them. Right. Like, it's like,
because that's who you need. There's no like denying that. It's just you gotta pick the right one. You gotta vet them yourself. You gotta see what else. Like they didn't do a good. Well, I feel like they vetted with the first dude. Who was the first guy? Greg, Chris. Like he was. Yeah. So I like you can't even really like blame. I blame Chris on this one.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you why I don't blame Chris. And I think that hopefully we can get them for an interview. I'm really trying to get both of them on here for an interview.
If not, I'll stalk them at their own festival.
For facts. Look, you guys can either come on do this interview, man, or we just gonna have to follow y'all. It's gonna be weird. Don't make it weird. Let's just
make it weird.
Come on, man. We gotta help each other out, man. Black entrepreneurs, baby.
Come on, New York. I'm coming out there.
So yeah, like the one thing that I think that they would say, look, I blame myself, right? Like we blame ourselves to a certain degree because they trusted someone to do something because they liked them in a business that they know that that's something that you really can't do. Because what we have buried the lead on, and I intentionally kind of buried the lead, I was kind of hoping y'all would too, or at least not really bring it up, is that these guys were actually independently wealthy before they was doing Movie Pass. Like, we not talking about just some regular old.
Yeah, we're not talking about us three starting a business and getting it on. No, these dudes were tried and tested in this industry already. So that's why I guess they got a little too relaxed with like trusting a white guy that they knew and then letting him make the next decision. So it's like they've done this before. So I guess you could put more of the blame on them. It's like, yeah, you guys got a little too relaxed, huh?
What was their previous business? Or like how they get money?
What's his name? Hamani. I think it's Hamani. So this guy, his name is Stacy Spikes. And so Stacy Spikes, he started
like a porn star name.
He was involved in a lot of films, production side, and
he did a lot of marketing first.
Yeah, he did a lot of marketing.
He was like a VP of like he was in Motown and he helped with Boyz II Men on the marketing of that.
Yep.
Then he went into got back into film, and who was he like the VP of? Like a big film company. I forgot which one, but he was up there.
It was like a big one, like New Line Cinema or something like that. But I should know more. I've been doing research, but I had a lot going on. But I sent out some emails to these fools trying to get them on the show, but they didn't come. So
now he founded a film festival.
Yeah, he founded the Black Film Festival because he went to what's it called out there in the desert?
Sundance.
Sundance. He went to Sundance Film Festival, and he was like, "What do we got to do to get more Black films, on at Sundance?" And they were like basically telling him they was going to assure him that there was going to be a better inclusiveness when it came to films of Black films, because if more Black films were better, then they'll make more Black films in the list. And that's just the old nigga. That's like the old way of saying, if you niggas would make some good shit, then we put you niggas in some movies. How about that?
Yeah.
Why you pouring me? I'm right.
I'm trying to tell you, so yeah, the nigga said, fuck it, man. Y'all ain't never gonna put no niggas on nothing. So we just gonna have to start our own, which is dope, right?
It's the Urban World Film Festival.
Yeah, Urban World. That's right, Urban World. Oh, and he also did some production for marketing for Rockefeller and some other shit for hip hop shit. Like, dude was wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude got money. And I'm not, when I say wealthy, I shouldn't assume. I'll just say he was rich. Let's just say he was rich. You know what I'm saying? Not hurting for money. He seems like a very intelligent dude. Probably made sure he's already taken care of, you know what I'm saying, down the line, but he just wanted to go out and create something new. Because that's what it seemed like at the beginning. And Terry, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like they were just passionate about making something new and creating something that people didn't know that they wanted, but they did need it. You know, like that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I don't think it came from like a bad place. Like I said, like the dude Spike was like a big movie lover and he wanted to be in the movie industry, and he, you know, the movie industry, going to the movies itself was a dying like form of entertainment for a bit. And so he was trying to like revitalize that some way, somehow, to get people back into the theaters.
Yeah.
That's a good way of doing it too.
Right? Yeah.
It did work for sure.
Well,
so
no, yeah. What's your question?
Well, what would like then lead to like its actual downfall then?
So glad that you asked, my friend.
Also, Alex says Stacy Spike sounds like an X-Men character, and porn star or X-Men character for sure.
His name is Stacy Spikes, and his code name is Spikes. His power is he throws spikes into your chest.
We did have that dude. He was in that one X-Men show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marrow is technically the same character.
Yeah.
So
they made a new X-Men for that show, Spike. I thought he was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was dumb. I hated that because they could have just did Marrow. Marrow is Spikes. They just made Spikes because they didn't want a black woman in a movie. I mean, in a cartoon. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, how did it all come down? Like, why would this fail? This was working for 5 years. Well, it's because Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. He'll take it here. Whitey will take it, and he'll be on his way. See, like I said earlier, what if I took T-Pins and I was just like, it ain't yours no more, Terry. You need to go ahead and sit down. Don't need to worry about coming in no more. That's what happened. They squeezed these dudes out after they made it known that they weren't going to play the kind of ball that they was playing. So how did they let that be known? Stacy went to Keith. What I call him? What's his name? Not Keith. The fucking weirdo with the mustache. Forgot his name already. Anyway, he goes to White and tells him, look, hey, the model that you started. Oh, well, you know what? Let me go back. So, damn, I can't remember his name. Is it Keith? The two white guys?
You talking about Mitch?
Mitch, and somebody else.
Mitch suggests, hey, this is how we're gonna make this motherfucker blow up, right? We gotta get some subscribers up. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna take the price from $14.95 a month for 2 movies, and we're gonna move it to $9.95 a month. Unlimited movies. Go see a movie anytime, anywhere, any day. And that was the advertisement campaign that they went on. Motherfucking cards started flying off the shelves, right? Like people like, oh, what? That is a steal. I need to get one of those cards. Man, problem with that is
people are just living at the movie theater.
Bing bong. Okay, like this is the thing. First of all, people ain't shit. So you give somebody something and you tell them like, "Hey, just use this 2 times. That's unlimited, but don't only use it 2 times, a month. Don't use it multiple times. Come on, man, give me a break." Motherfuckers is not gonna do that shit. Niggas is going and just busting that hoe down. Bow, 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 bow. And it was dudes who were customers or former customers in the documentary talking about how, look, I gotta admit, I was one of them people. I went go to see Avengers, watch like the first 30, 40 minutes of it, then leave, then come back the next day and watch the like middle of it, and then leave, and then like come back the next day and watch the end of it, and then leave, and then just be like, well, I'm gonna go see something else in the middle of that one, and then leave.
You're not even like buying concessions or nothing. You're just showing up, bringing in your own candy, drinks, and everything. Fuck the theater.
The whole theater, dog, like that. I mean, I feel that
movie pass.
I feel that mindset, but like if you want that to continue, you can't expect that to be a profitable notion for them. At least as a consumer, you're not thinking about that, right? But as a CEO, you should be thinking about that. That should be your number one concern. Stacy made that, known that was a concern of his, and Mitch was like, "Bro, calm down. Look, just keep doing what I'm telling you to do. It's gonna keep making money." So they keep making money. They keep getting the subscribers keep going up. So the venture capitalists keep dumping money into them. That's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you create a product. That product proves to be not only marketable but useful. Then once that marketability has been caught on to by people who are ready to invest, they start dumping money into your product. And then what's supposed to happen at that point is you're supposed to stabilize, right? Like, all right, look, all I was missing was the money, right? If all you were missing was the money, there's things that should be put into place that will help you stay productive as you need to be, so your production level matches your growth, right? Because they're growing so fast. They went from 20,000 subscribers in 5 years to 1 million subscribers in less than 2 months. Like, boom, all of a sudden, these niggas is the number one thing since Spotify. Like, they were literally growing.
I was gonna say Netflix, because this sounds a lot like, Netflix there were so many times that Netflix was going to
one of the dudes, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but one of the guy, was it Mitch? But one of them actually was with Netflix.
Yeah, it was Mitch. But
okay.
But he was.
So that's funny that you noticed that, because actually he was on Netflix.
It's just funny because if like Netflix, just recently in like it in its the grand scheme of things, it just recently went profitable. Netflix was always on the back end, and just people just kept on investing. They saw the potential for it. But even there was a time when it was getting so many subscribers and growing so fast that it was basically unsustainable for a little bit there.
Yes, but they also slowed down on producing movies and increased on producing comedy specials and stuff like that. Like, they had a moment. So just to your point,
inching the price up,
all of those things took place once they were basically teetering this line, trying to make it across the finish line of being a publicly traded company. So all the problems that you're talking about came along with them becoming publicly traded, trying to expand internationally, And the reason they were successful is because all those things that you just mentioned, like, raising the price, like I said, cutting the amount of movies that they made, the original content they made, because remember, they just purged out a bunch of original shit at the beginning. Saw what.
Well, I would say they even make a little bit more original stuff now. It's
but
just that damn it, never mind. I just lost my thought.
Well, you're right. Now they do, as opposed to the comedy specials. But 10 years ago, they were putting out a lot of original content because 10, 12 years ago, they had just really started going to the streaming aspect, coming off of the DVD.
Well, what I was going to say is that they also stuck with their original content. They like actually believed in that shit. Now they are like, if it's not making money, like right off the bat, if it's not like a cultural touchstone, then you are not even, you are being canceled by the time people get to episode 5 or whatever.
Well, so the thing, so what? Well, that's kind of what I was saying is they introduced a bunch of live content. I mean, original content, but then they cut the fat. So there was things that worked and there was things that didn't work. So then they kept the things that worked, like the House of Cards and that stuff like that, ran with that. That built subscribers. And then, like you mentioned, they increased the price, which when they went public, that helped a lot. So they decrease on the amount of content that they put out, but give you more quality content. Then you go into when they start making profit, then that's when you start seeing more Nigerian movies, more Korean movies, more Japanese movies, seeing the British content bleed over because they're making more deals content wise, but doing it in a way that isn't spending as much money.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that like when they were
price.
Right, raising price. But back then they weren't so concerned about like hitting those benchmarks as they are now. They would actually be willing to stick with the show back then. Now, if that show is not hitting like a benchmark, they're not willing to take that chance. Like now it's all just like straight up if you're not doing the business. Yeah. I just wanted to stress that point just a little bit more. Just because I do find it interesting that like, it's become a meme at this point where it's like, don't even try to watch a new show on Netflix unless it's going to be like a one series thing or else it's just going to get canceled before you know it.
Unless it's good, right? And like
unless it's really, really good. Because like sometimes, a show needs a season to like reach its hit its stride. I think like a lot of people were saying like, BoJack Horseman wouldn't have in this current like Netflix model wouldn't have made it to even season 2 or whatever.
I don't think that's true. I think that it would have done just fine because that's because that is they had other shit that you didn't see that came out when BoJack Horseman came out, and it no longer is on there, or it doesn't have another season. It's still on there, but it doesn't have another season, right? But the whole that was from my view, knowing some people that I know and just outside looking in, it's always been their plan. They've seen how it's supposed to go in the past, and they followed a plan. They cut when they needed to cut. They increased when they needed to increase, and that's what you're supposed. Basically, what we're basically saying is that's how a company is supposed to operate when they grow as much as they were growing, and when you're spending as much money as you're spending, and you're still trying to make a profit. And the reason they were able to make that profit is because they said, okay, this is what's working. We're going to stay with what's working, and we're going to keep focusing on that when we further invest and prop up our babies, their content.
Right.
Well, let's switch that over to Movie Pass. The baby is Movie Pass, and the subscribers are the customers, and we got the product is movies. So like, how do we get people like to go to the movie? That ain't our issue. Is like, how do we get people to buy this content? And our content is the card so that people can then go buy a movie. So you have to buy the movies first. Just like Netflix has to go buy content or lease content or whatever, license content, they got to go buy the tickets. So the tickets were like, can't remember how much they were saying the tickets were.
Around $11.
They were paying around 11. They were 11. No, it was like $14 or $13. But then the cost was coming out at 11. So then the buildup of that was like $1.50 or whatever. But over fucking hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that shit was like building up to where it's like basically like four. Well, after people keep going to like 4 and 5 movies a month, 6, 7 movies a day and shit, like
right.
Then it was,
they're expecting
on average they were losing $49 per customer.
Yeah.
And then they end up at a point where they have like 2 million, a little under 2 million subscribers. Like, dude, you're basically just purging money out. And so Stacy sees this coming. He's like, yo, we purging out money, dog. Like, this is crazy. Like, calm down. And then Mitch tells him, look, don't worry about it. The money is coming. The money's still coming. And he's looking at it like,
no professed.
He's looking at it like, well, the money is there. I see the capital. It's like, it's coming. Like, there's no problems. So maybe these guys know what they're doing. I guess these guys know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of get the naivete. I kind of get it because you literally seeing this money coming in. It's like, it's like you believe that a nigga ain't rich because he don't act rich. He don't sound rich. He don't sound like he talking about. But then that nigga show up with $100 million in a duffel bag, and you're like, God damn! I guess this nigga really ain't rich.
This motherfucker has ripped jeans, black shirt, no jewelry on. But for some reason, the DJ is shouting out his name, and he's fucking on top of he's dancing on top of the tables and shit.
Exactly. This nigga's like Tedros, except he just show up with a duffel bag of money. Like, damn, this nigga is talented. This nigga can sing. But is he rich though? Is he really rich? That's the situation they was in. So I kind of feel that, but at the same time, man, they got money too. Not like that, but to just be throwing down cash and shit. But y'all got money too, man. Invest in an investigator. You know what I mean? Like, do a background check on these people, because literally that would have saved these guys this entire
a lot. Yeah.
It would have saved the company from what ended up happening. A spoiler alert: dude was able to buy back the rights to Movie Pass after everything fell apart and went to shit. But
cool.
But you can't, which by the way goes to what I was saying about the motherfucker being independently wealthy before.
Say Ben commented, fuck yeah. I don't know why I missed that earlier.
It didn't pop up for me.
Yeah, I just now saw it.
It's like, it's really strange that it.
Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Fifth Bantha. And shout out to everybody else who's watching right now. There's a few of y'all watching
23 people
platforms: Drunk Banthas, Nerds at Night, and _Banthas at Twitter. So yeah, shout out to all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Button.
Times when they talk about Movie Pass, you usually get a picture of Mitch and Ted, but that's definitely not the case.
It is an endless list of, oh my God, what is happening here?
Oh God, these old stories.
I just want to break that up a little bit.
This is a company, not a family, and not all roles get to party.
Karma's a bitch.
I don't even remember that, actually. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't remember him saying that karma's a bitch in the actual doc.
Yeah.
But I gotta go back and watch it now because I don't think he said
words.
But I love that they used it in the
How long is this docu?
A little over an hour. It's not that long.
Right. When did the movie pass thing happen? Was that the 2015, 2016?
2019. When this happened. It came out in like 2015 or 2014 because it was
right. Like when I remember the summer of Movie Pass or whatever.
And then the Movie Pass, the like blow up, the glow up happened in 2019, January of 2019. And by September of 2019, the entire ass had done fell up out of this motherfucker. In less than 6 months, these niggas spent over $250 million and had nothing to show for it. Every time I turn my head like this,
yeah, like that. The camera it's like, well, what this nigga looking at?
What the fuck this nigga looking at? Giving it away, camera. Now everybody's gonna know that I'm looking at nothing.
But yeah, wow, that is
250 million, man.
How many other companies have lost that much money in that amount of time? Like, I think that's what really kind of sets it apart, was how fast it was.
Yes. Y'all ever seen Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor? And
yeah, that's one of my
John.
We're gonna reboot that.
That's one of my favorite hypotheticals of what I like to think about on stuff is if I was given so much money to make a lot more money, what would I spend my money on? According
I actually wanted to redo that movie. If you guys,
didn't we talk about that?
Did we talk about it? Did we talk?
I was gonna. Well, yeah, and I had a pitch for you on that one too.
Yeah, we gotta get down. We gotta get back to the writers' room.
Yeah, because I got a pitch for that. Let me put a mental pin on that, but it's going to be, about it's going to be Bitcoins. It's going to be
somebody will call it woke if you did the exact same storyline. I was like, well, why his white daddy wouldn't give him money like that? This is woke racism.
Well, how do they know we're not gonna do it the other way? We could do it. Could be the black daddy, the black black side uncle. Great side uncle, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out that that's the nigga and he's a white dude, Irish white
trailer parks from 8 Mile or some shit.
Yeah, we get Gary Owen to do. We gonna get Gary Owen. Gary Owen found out that his great was a motherfucking billionaire.
That's so funny. That could probably work though. Like,
oh man, let me tell you something.
Saying this, I'm just like that. I'm laughing, but
I'm not.
Honestly, I think that will work.
The reason you laughing is because I'm dead ass serious. Goddamn, I'm dead ass serious. And yeah, it'll be Bitcoins, and then the way he can get it cash is he's got to spend all of the Bitcoin without any receipts. I mean, with all the receipts and without gaining any money. He can't earn any money. See, that's why he probably wouldn't actually be able to do Bitcoin, because the point of Brewster's Millions is you have to spend $1 million in less than 7 days without earning any money. You can't gain any wealth out of the whole thing. And so it'd be hard. I think it's more than $1 million, but whatever the amount of money is, you can't like invest in anything. You can't.
Investing doesn't count. Buying houses and stuff that appreciate.
Yeah. So
what did he like? Bought like a sucky baseball team. That was like losing the money. You have to like buy things that would like lose you money.
Well, he didn't buy the baseball team. He rented the field so he could play against the Yankees. So he paid the Yankees to play against his old AAA baseball team. So like you could do shit like that. You can hold on. What else can you do? You can't. So one thing
you couldn't give away a whole bunch of it. Like you couldn't just be like, I'm gonna donate it to charity.
Nope. Because that is a write-off. So you can't do that. You gotta just be cold-blooded spending money, like just fucking so you can't really gamble, which is one thing he tried. So the beginning he tries to do a whole bunch of shit, tries to gamble and all this shit. Nigga won all kind of shit. Like, so you can't take that kind of risk. You go to the craps table and just be losing and losing and losing, and then you hit that one and your ass is a fucking billionaire, and you're just like, fuck, that wasn't what I was intending to do. I was actually intending to lose all this money.
Right.
So yeah, it was like it's a good little movie, and it would be dope to write because you're just gonna be trying to figure out ways to spend money the whole time. Like that's really all you're doing.
I feel like you gotta account for inflation. Like how much would the million now be?
Well, you'd have to spend $1 billion today.
It would be $1 billion. Oh shit.
Yeah. Or you so
it'd probably be like he has to spend like 100 million to get $1 billion or something.
Yeah, you say $1 billion that because it have to be $1 billion in there for it to make sense. Brewster's
billions.
Brewster's millions. If it's 100 million, then it don't make sense for it to be Brewster's million. So you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta just raise it. You gotta raise the roof on it if it's gonna be 2027, because that's when the movie's coming out, y'all. Just so y'all know, Brewster's Billions, produced by the Nerds at Night. It's good. Brewster's Billions coming to a theater near you. And maybe you'll be able to use Movie Pass to get on it because, like I said,
because I remember. Do you still have your Movie Pass card?
Oh no, but there are people who do.
Yeah,
I didn't have one. I think Alex had it, and then if he didn't have it, I think he did have it. I don't know, but if he didn't have it, then it was the same time that Movie Pass existed because. When he would tell me he had it, I'd be like, didn't you say you have Movie Pass? Can we go to this movie theater? And he'd be like, no, I don't got Movie Pass. I got AMC. And I'd be like, oh, damn. So like there was a hot moment where it was just like Alex was going to the movies all the time. Drunk Banthas had just started, 2019. Like that was we were doing shows and everything.
So that's funny because
I turning it on yesterday. I'm like, Movie Pass? Like, I didn't know this fucking documentary was coming out. I just happened to walk across it.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until you hit us up about it. So yeah, it does seem like every other movie theater just kind of like adapted that model into their own thing. I was actually about to sign up for the Alamo Drafthouse one, but it's like, they got like different tiers for like different cities. So it's like a bit more expensive here in Chicago than like other places. But I still feel like it's worth it. I think it's like $40 per month.
Ooh, I remember when it first started out. It was
in Chicago?
Yeah, $40 a month.
Hold on, they got an Alamo Drafthouse in Chicago.
Yeah, now they do. Me and Terry gonna hit it up.
Oh, they don't got one now in LLA. I mean, well, where would they put
not like us?
Not one in LA?
Not like us.
There was.
I ain't seen one. I just asked Frothy if there was one here, and she said no. Then she said, "Bitch."
Maybe I'm thinking of San Francisco. Then
maybe I'm looking it up right now because I know she didn't look it up.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Movie Pass, Smash or Pass, Movie Pass.
Yeah, there is. I went to it. I remember I saw
There's one downtown.
Nick Cage there. I went and saw what was that vampire movie? Renfield. I saw Renfield there. Yeah,
it's on 700 West 7th Street.
Yeah, it's like in a mall or something.
It's over there, Frothy. It's over there on West 7th Street. We should go check it out.
Is Frothy producing today?
No, she ain't doing shit.
I'm setting up a new cell phone plan. Thank you very much.
Oh, she said I'm setting up a new cell phone plan. Thank you very much. He said, "Are you producing today?" And I said, "No, she ain't doing shit." So anyway, She just wanted y'all. She just said hi. That's what.
Freaking mobile.
But yeah, there's one of them.
But yeah, it's really interesting. Very interesting dynamic there. What's the moral of the story?
Yeah, the moral of the story is don't trust Whitey. Like, real talk. Well, the moral of the story is, and the real moral of the story is, anybody can get got if you don't know what the fuck is going on. And one thing that kept being a constant for me when me and Alex were watching it yesterday, I was just like, bro, this would never happen to us. And the only reason it would never happen to us, not because like I'm financially gifted or anything, I read so much or whatever, it's just I've literally seen this happen. Like I'm a nerd about like court cases and shit. Like, so I've seen this kind of shit happen before to other companies, and knowing that this is what fucking mobsters literally do. Like, a shakedown is a shakedown. However you try to dress it up, it's still a shakedown. And this had all of the signs of a shakedown. And I just feel like, these guys, if you look at these two black men starting this company, they hanging out with all the black billionaires of America. Like, these dudes are connected. And then all of a sudden they get screwed over. Like, they get a jug ran on them. You would assume that it's because they lacked some level of intelligence that these other people had over them, black or white, whoever it is that fucked them over. You'd assume that they lacked some level of intelligence. But honestly, it was just that they lacked street smarts. They lacked a level of street smarts that allowed them to like be taken advantage of. Because like I'm not taking any like I'm not saying you should be fucking hood as a motherfucker or anything, but they
American fiction that bitch.
Like, they just lack a certain level of what some people might call common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would just say street smarts.
Well, Bill, common sense isn't common,
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's common sense. I said some people might say that, but like I'm gonna stay with street smarts, because there was a moment where Stacy said that the way he would describe Ted or whatever that dude, the tall motherfucker who is the real criminal in all of this, they described him as slick. He was just like, the best way I can describe him is he was slick. He was just like, hey, how's it going? Hey, oh yeah, slick. He's just, well, if you can describe him that way, then that means don't work with him. You know what I mean? Like, do a background check on him. Get somebody to do an investigation on him. You know what I mean? Pay a private eye, because you have him audited. You know what I mean? Like, put them type of things in the contract, because they started out with all the power, but they gave away all their power by trusting these people, like Terry was talking about earlier. Like, they just trusted these people too much. You know what I mean? Because they was like, well, they do got money, so fuck. I mean, they did start Netflix, which that turned out to be a lie. This nigga just was basically like
another money, just the money dude.
Another dude who got, well, actually, no. So Mitch, he was the guy who got them the DVDs so that they can. So when Netflix started, for those who don't know, Netflix had DVDs that they would mail to you, and then you had to send them back or pay for it. Basically, like, you either became the owner of a new DVD or you sent it back, and then you could rent another one. But you couldn't rent another one until you sent one back. So the guy who got him all those DVDs, that's Mitch. Mitch the bitch. That bitch ass nigga was getting them these DVDs. That's all the nigga did.
The fifth Bantha says, I've only known one Mitch, and he was a con artist too. Scammed a bunch of nursing homes. Shaking my head. It's probably the same Mitch, to be
Probably the
honest.
same Mitch, man.
Probably
Same Mitch. Not gonna lie. This Mitch might be the same.
Might be the same thing.
Even if you say he doesn't look like the Mitch you was talking about, this nigga probably has plastic surgeries.
Birds of the feather. So this actually kind of reminds me of this other topic because you know how
that wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I don't know what
your camera is.
No, it started doing something. It started doing something the other right before I got on, and then I didn't have time to fix it. So
but yeah, you guys heard about
DOJ,
Department of Justice. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to fix it now.
Where the Department of Justice is suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster. They're saying, you know, fuck this racket that you got going, this monopoly that you got going, this ownership. Yeah. So this is actually in the works right now.
Wasn't it a dude who it was a dude who just like had a rant on YouTube or some shit, right?
I mean, like people have been mad as fuck at Ticketmaster.
No, it was like an artist. Excuse me. It was just like a artist. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, like it's funny to me because I've always known it was a monopoly. It was a monopoly as soon as Live Nation bought Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 20 years ago or 25 years ago, damn near.
But yeah, so that's in the works right now, just to try to break up that racket. And good. Because fuck them.
Thing to talk about because shout out to Kenya.
Oh my god, Kenya! I haven't seen Kenya in so long.
Shout out to
I hope you've been doing great.
I can't look up and I can't put my hands in the air.
I hope you've been doing. I'll do it. Back. So it seems like Kenya's got some thoughts about Ticketmaster as well and all of that. Let us know what concert you got screwed over. Because dang. Okay, so you can zoom in and everything now too.
Oh yeah, nigga, I can do this.
You can do it just with your.
Can we zoom out?
You got the gestures.
Well, I can do it. I just got to move my mic.
You got to just go like. Okay.
There we go.
That's really good.
I had that. Yeah. Do that so I can get this shit to quit going up.
So basically, it is just mostly about the fees, and then I think more importantly about the monopoly that they hold over like actual venues and stuff too. Because a lot of people don't know this is that like Ticketmaster has like these deals with venues, and if they do not actually sell directly with Ticketmaster or Live Nation or try to go outside of that room, you're basically going to be shut down. Like you're not even like you may not even be able to sell your tickets other than like at the door. So it is a major problem, especially when you're considering like smaller performers, smaller acts not being able to get your cut, or all of these ridiculous fees that are deterring people from going to watch you, and it's just going straight to Ticketmaster because for some reason they feel like they're offering a service that requires the final sale of the ticket price to be double as much of what it's advertised. It's a complete racket because, as we all know, convenience fees are bullshit. Well, maybe $1 or $2 or so, but like actually the infrastructure that's needed and the services that they're providing to be able to have your concert being sold on their website, it's not double the price worth of convenience.
It didn't used to be a convenience fee like that. The convenience fee used to exist, but it didn't used to be not convenient because you used to have to go, like before Live Nation bought Ticketmaster, you used to have to go to either the box office, where I don't know if y'all know this, but box office isn't just like a thing that they say. It used to be a place.
It used to be a box, little office that was box shaped, usually in front of the venue, maybe connected to it, sometimes not connected to it.
The window, and maybe it's got some bars, maybe it doesn't, but you know they would take your money and they would give you the ticket there, so you could buy a ticket to fucking Alicia Keys concert at the box office. You probably have to stand in line if depending on how many people was deciding to actually go to the stadium or venue to actually you might actually have to stand in line.
People used to camp out. Like when they knew the tickets were going on sale on a certain day, they'd be there, depending on who it was, a week, 2 weeks in advance, just camping.
Right.
Just sit there for no reason. Because well, at a certain point it became for no reason because Ticketmaster started selling their stuff online. So that was the convenience charge. The convenience charge was, hey, you don't have to stand in line if you don't want to.
Yeah.
What you can do is you could just buy the ticket from us online and we're going to charge that little convenience fee. But that's really all you got. And still it didn't make, we're talking about $3-4, you know what I'm saying? And for that, it was amazing. But when Live Nation got involved, we talking about the early 2000s. If I'm already able to buy it on the internet, and then it kind of moved away from box office and to just the internet, right? Because it became a hassle for certain people, like for companies, because they stopped doing it through the box office. You used to be able to get it through like a satellite company, like a satellite location, and then that became fucking ridiculous. And so then they just said, look, we're just doing it online. You know why they started just doing it online? Give me them credit cards, because credit cards now be able to tell us how to, attack your data and be able to promote things towards you. Same thing that we, get mad at Facebook for doing, Live Nation was doing in 2004 and doing it in 2003. And yeah, with your credit card information. So if you went to see a Metallica concert, they would target marketing towards you for Metallica clothes, Metallica shirts, and vice versa. If you bought a Metallica jacket or a t-shirt, they would send you advertising for Metallica shows, right? It's just how marketing works. Just, I'm not saying anything nefarious is happening there, but when you're that now in the back end connected to these contracts that the musicians have on top of
with the venue too. Here, read off what Kenny said here, because that's the nefarious part too.
This thing right here. I feel like I read somewhere that if your venue didn't want to use Ticketmaster, it was going to be almost impossible to have any Live Nation artists perform at your place.
Pretty much.
It's not almost impossible.
It was. You got blacklisted.
Impossible. You can't get, because Live Nation bought Ticketmaster, there's no way that the Live Nation artist is going to be going on tour.
If you're not using their Ticketmaster, why?
No. Which is why you stopped seeing certain. If you ever wondered to yourself, why did my favorite artist stop coming to X town? That's why. Like, that's the reason why. We had a lot of issues with that in like Birmingham, Alabama, and probably some other flyover cities, flyover towns probably had the same situation. Like if Live Nation isn't gonna pay that, because that band can show up to your town, but Live Nation's not going to be promoting it. So then most likely that band ain't gonna be showing up to your town.
Right.
They could do it on their own volition, but like that's so not likely to happen, right?
And then I'm reading this right here. So it says the average concert ticket has increased at an 11.5% annual rate from $60 in 2010, according to the New York Times, to $252 in 2023. During that time, the consumer price index rose at an average annual rate of 2.6%, according to the Bureau of Statistics. So that is saying that it's 4 times the average rate of inflation. These tickets are going to go up. Inflation is a thing. It's going to happen. But as we were talking about, like, your fiduciary responsibility to your shareholders to make sure that you're increasing profits, and especially outpacing any type of inflation for the product that you're offering, you're going to want to beat that a little bit more. What happened here is that they had such a control of the market, control of the artists, control of the venues, that they were able to basically go crazy with this shit. And that's why, the Taylor Swift tickets, Eras Tour debacle last year, or even like the Beyonce tickets or whatever too. That shit was out of control. And
the weekend tickets.
It would be raising up to like damn near thousands of dollars for the same tickets. And I think the other nefarious thing that you were going to touch on too was their relationship with scalpers.
I was not going to talk about their relationship with scalpers. I'm not a snitch. I would never be.
No, but it's not even like actual people.
No,
it's just like
I'm joking.
Others,
I just don't know nothing about that part. Would you enlighten me?
Well, there's a bunch of like scalper, resale websites, right?
Oh no, I didn't know about
Kirsten Cobb. Oh, I bet you.
Oh yeah, the bots.
The bots, yes, the bots.
They were raided by scalping bots that would just, and they weren't doing anything about it because you could resell if you bought tickets on Ticketmaster, you could then resell them on Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster.
Yeah, so if I bought a whole bunch of tickets and I'm like, because I know this is going to be a popular show, then I could just wait till they sell out and then I could go back. I'm paying Ticketmaster, they little cut. And then I'm going to sell these tickets too. But then bots started getting involved. Bots who could buy tickets a whole lot faster than any human could on a computer buying.
Yada, yada, yada. And it says here.
What happened with fantasy football? I don't know if if you guys know that, but that's what happened with fantasy football. Like it got big. And then when people realized they could just set up an algorithm to just make the shit, just pick the shit for them, then they just started setting up hundreds of accounts doing the same shit and playing the odds against each other and then being the number one in a fantasy group of whatever online. And then, but I feel like that's cheating because if you went into a Vegas casino and you had a thing on your wrist that just told you everything that was going to happen based on odds, then they would break your goddamn wrists.
Yeah, like they're not kicking you out. They're chopping your legs off.
They're alive. Exactly. And they're gonna find out whoever helped you make this technology, and they will go burn their house to the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Kirsten says, "Nice hat, producer T." Shout out New York for doing this thing today. Unanimously doing this thing today. Yeah. So right here it says resellers also can rip off customers on StubHub. A ticket resale site seats near Swift Stage at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey were listed for as much as $76,000 on November 17, 2022. The Journal reported. Why is that possible? Ticketmaster holds back as many as 90% of the tickets for the secondary market. So using bots, resellers mark up tickets prices to concert goers. They usually go up to professional brokers charging outlandish markups, which a 2018 government report said can range from an average of nearly 50 to an astonishing 7,000%.
Now,
dude, it is so crazy because Ticketmaster knows that they're doing this. They're getting cuts from this, and they're not providing the even option for regular consumers to get it. They just know that they're going to be able to get these people to buy them and then resell them all of their site. And then they also get the commissions from that too.
They're getting double dipped because it's like not
Double
only
dip.
is these crazy bots and resellers buying all their stock, they're now getting a profit because it's like, oh, you're buying my stuff and you're selling it for even more. It's like you're buying my stuff and you're selling it for even more, but you're also paying me too. So
right. And so we're saying that it's like, you know, yeah. So like everybody else is waiting in line to get these tickets, but they're all going through the back as well to get them, or they're letting them in through the back.
Letting them in through
crazy.
The back. That was pretty wild what you just said. Letting them
Pause.
Back. No diddy. No diggity, no doubt. What was I about to say? Because to me, none of this is new. I'm glad that everybody's paying attention to it because I've been kind of talking shit about this kind of shit for years. Monopolies, all that stuff. Like Live Nation. One of my good friends used to work for Live Nation when they bought Ticketmaster. And we talked heavily because this is when I was actively trying to seek a record company, like a record deal. And we talked regularly about we talked regularly about how almost impossible it is to get a record deal, like, and how hard it is to maintain a record deal. And most of it is because all of it is a monopoly. Like, but in this country, we allow monopolies. Way back in the early 2000s, late 90s, they slapped Bill Gates across the face and told him he could not buy whatever it was he was trying to buy because they were saying you would then become a monopoly. You're getting too big too fast, and you know this is America. We don't
You're owning way too much of the market here. Yeah,
way too much. Guess what? Literally right after that, they let everybody just do whatever the fuck they want. It was a way to like show the people like, look, we're not gonna let globalism affect how we do business here at home. It was a way to show that Bill Clinton's deal was not going to affect the little guy. But it does affect the little guy. It does affect commerce because all you're doing when you create competition to a level of where everybody's got competition, that means that the bigger companies go compete heavier and harder. So when the little guy has a bigger opportunity to make their own shit and develop and become better, like, become one of the big guys or become Walmart, become Target, that influence or it emphasizes or look, that creates the need for a big company to put you out like a fire. Like you're just little fires popping up all over the place. And that's what you see the Zuckerbergs of the world doing now. That's what you think there hasn't been an Amazon that tried, like, people like, when's the new Amazon going to get created? Somebody has already created the new Amazon. But guess what? Bezos bought it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's coming out from Temu, and like it's bad. It's bad merchandise or whatever. But that's the only way that you're able to get ahead in this market where Amazon completely dominates.
In Temu through China, though, isn't that like, I'm not talking about them China ones. I'm talking about like American-based ones. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Temu just bought. T-Mobile just bought Mint Mobile. Shout out to Ryan. Was it Ryan?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan Reynolds.
He does the. Yeah. Did they buy him too?
Yeah, they just bought. Well, they
bought Ryan Reynolds
if they paid enough.
He was a heavy investor.
Yeah, he's doing the commercials and shit. So yeah. Shout out to him. He just got a big payday through T-Mobile. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you make something from the ground up, they are going to buy it. You know what I mean? So you never have an opportunity to become Facebook, T-Mobile, AT&T, whatever it is. It always becomes a monopoly eventually. But it didn't always used to be that way. And like I said, that was the benchmark for it. That was, and Bill Gates talked about it in a couple interviews not too long ago. And in the last 10 years, he's talked about it like, yo, I got hit upside the head, and now everybody's doing it. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's not like for money, you know what I'm saying? It's just an embarrassing situation where you're trying to do something.
It says here, a breakup could take years and won't solve the problem. Live Nation has enough cash to fight the Department of Justice for years. A change in administration this year would likely put the suit way on the back burner. Hopefully there's not a change in administration. Even if Ticketmaster is spun off from Live Nation someday, the effect on the ticket prices would only be significant if Live Nation encourages real competition among ticketing service providers. If that does not work, a simple but radical solution would be for artists to sell concert tickets directly to consumers on a non-transferable basis. Simply put, artists would set the price, and similar to the airline industry, once consumers paid for the ticket, they could either attend the concert, possibly sell it to someone else, or let the ticket expire worthless. This method of ticket selling would eliminate the high administrative fees and scalper markups mentioned above. But thinking about who really would got what artists really got it like that other than the really big names. You're muted.
Oh, yep, sorry. Even with the really big names, it becomes tricky. Because that's what I was talking about. Somebody was talking about it recently, but it was just I thought it was funny because I'm like, people don't know this. I could sign you to a 3-album deal, right? Let's say the first album, let's just talk about a 1-album deal. I'm signing Terry. Terry, I'm gonna sign you to a deal. You gonna go on tour. Let's say you're gonna do 120 shows. Let's say 120 shows. That's what we got planned for you for a year. Now we done spent, let's say, $4 million on you to get everything, like your album, the promotion, the tour, everything, recording everything. About $4 million. Now, all that was an advance that we gave you from an advance of, let's say, $10 million, just for good math, right? Gave you an advance of $10 million. Now, your job now is, as we all know, is you got to go recoup that money, right? That was basically a loan. It's not really your money. It was your money to do what you will with it within the confines of also giving me my motherfucking money, right? That's the understanding that we got. And you looking at it like, man, okay, but my shit is hot. No, we saying your shit is the new hotness, okay? This is that scenario. It's not like you struggling to make shit happen. No, your shit is popping, okay? You thinking, I can do that. Fuck it. Because I know I'm gonna make this much. I got these cities gonna be locked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell out. You do the math and you I'm gonna be good with them. 120 shows. I'm gonna be good with them after about 50 shows. Right? So you got about 70 shows left to yourself. That's profit, right? Basically, I'm seeing profit after that. That's what you're thinking. But all that's based off of ticket prices and shit like that, right? Let's just say ticket prices. Live Nation has the ability, though, to control the ticket prices. So Live Nation can front in the first 25, 50 shows that you have of the 120 and say, well, we're going to put these on sale. We're going to put these on sale. So now they not $500 a ticket like they were, or $200 a ticket. Now they $140 a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And now you're looking at it like, damn, How am I supposed to make up that money? Now it's stretching out how long it's going to take you to pay them back. But you don't know that they've already got a stadium deal with the venue that's giving them a piece of the concessions, a piece of the beer sales, alcohol sales. It's giving them a piece of merchandise, and it's giving them a piece of the door. It's giving them everything. And they already sold your ticket. They are actually like octopuses. They got all the tentacles in everything, man. Like, there's no way for you to really. So even the biggest artists can be fucked over by that system, right? Like, because you don't have control over how many of those tickets go on sale. You don't have any control over the throttling of the prices that they either gouge or give a, like I said, a sale to, a discount on. You don't got no control over nothing. And when you realize that as an artist, then you be like, well, damn, how do I get out of this? You can't. You signed up to get onto this ride. It's like you get strapped into a roller coaster. Ain't no stopping halfway. You got to finish. You got to see your way through this. This is how this works. You sign up for this. But one thing that ain't in that article, and one thing that ain't nobody talking about, is when you sign a record deal, most times the record company will suggest lawyers to you, agents to you, right? And them agents already got a deal with the record company. Let's just say they don't suggest their agent to you. Let's say a big time agent run up on you and is trying to do a deal with you. He gets you a record deal with a company. He got a deal with that record company. So he doing a back end deal with them. He getting a money for just bringing them to you, and then got you thinking that y'all fighting for something, when really he gonna get the deal that they want regardless. And let's just say you get the deal that you want, and you looking at it like you fucked them over. Well, your agent's still winning because that means he got more and the money that they was gonna give him anyway. That's how that shit works. And that should be even more scary to an artist or entertainer who's going into the business, because you got to look at it like, damn, where do I actually make any money? And who isn't trying to steal from me? Like, and the answer is, you not gonna make as much money as you think you are. And the only way to keep yourself safe is keep good people around you, and people that you can trust, truly trust, not just like the homie, not just like somebody that I've known a long time, like people who you can really trust. Sometimes you can trust people you have known for a short period of time better than you can trust somebody that you've known for a long period of time.
That's true. Yeah, so it's gonna so as the Department of Justice is gonna be looking into this shit, they look into a lot of shit. Who cares at the end of the day? We don't really know what's going to come from this, but at least they're doing something. It's a little bit too little too late, in my opinion.
You're right,
because of the stranglehold that they've already got on so many different artists and venues. It's going to have to take like a whole industry push back against this, and it's going to be a lot of people that are going to need to be okay with losing a lot of money, which typically doesn't work out.
You're right about the too little too late part too, because if you were, let's just say this case turns out that they're guilty, right? And they are a monopoly and they have to break up all the companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to make them more rich. So the last time that actually happened, I think it was JP Morgan became the richest man. Oh no, it was JP Rockefeller, right? Rockefeller became the richest man in the world at one point, not because he worked so hard and was so diligent, right? Like he stole a bunch of shit, but he became one of the richest men in the world, had a big conglomerate of companies, a monopoly. Congress took him to court, said, you got a monopoly. He was basically found guilty of having a monopoly, and they broke his shit up. That one action made him the richest man in the fucking world since Matza Mutza. Okay, like, adjusting for inflation, he'd still be richer than Jeff Bezos today. So it just goes to show you that you can break up all these companies and you're going to make them even more rich than they were before. It's almost impossible. So it's like, what should we do? I have a suggestion for this. You got to tax these companies, like, because they pay less taxes than anybody. I bet you your local liquor store pays more taxes than these companies, like that we're talking about, because they get huge tax breaks just to operate in a lot of cases. So we just start actually taxing these people, or even overtaxing them to a certain degree. Oh, I guarantee you shit would change, because they would downsize so they would get taxed less. You see what I'm saying? So they would have to sell themselves off, break themselves up to then be able to not have to pay as much taxes. And it'd be like a Brewster's Million situation, because you don't want to sell too high. You don't want a bunch of people buying your shit and making you too rich, because then you don't want to hit those tax marks. Those tax marks. So that's the real way that you bring down that level of corruption. It's just make people, the way that people got Al Capone, the reason the government got Al Capone wasn't because they caught him with some double murders and all this shit. No, taxes. That's what put Al Capone in Alcatraz. Taxes. So just hit these fucking gangsters with this. They're doing grade A gangster 101. Like, niggas went to college for gangster. That's what they went to college for. Like, that's what they do, and it's so easy to see. Is I don't want to even keep bringing up like mobsters, Italian mobsters or anything like that, because it goes beyond them. They didn't invent nothing. Like, this is just something that people who are corrupt have been doing for thousands of years, really. And it's easy. That's why it's illegal. It's really
a caveman can do it.
Seriously, like, it really, that's why it's illegal. It's so easy to just like be influenced on everything and then just make money off of everything. Like, okay, if I own everything, I make everything, and I make all the money. So it's crazy how hard it is to get rid of it, though. But it's really, actually, when you think about it, it's not that crazy, because you need people to be smart to fucking like do anything about it. You need people like us to be as smart as the three of us are everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even that smart, so I'm not even that smart. So if motherfuckers can't even get to this level, then we got a lot of fucking trouble. We got a lot of problems, man. But one problem you don't have is watching a lot of doo-doo ass movies on TV right now, or TV and streaming. Because I watched Atlas
and Madam Web. I pointed out that the number 1 and number 2 movies on Netflix right now are Atlas is number 1, Madam Web is number 2, and I did want to just point out this right here that I found. Just saw this. Sony Pictures to use AI to produce movies and shows in more efficient ways, which is fucking weird as fuck to me that anybody at Sony Pictures would even say that. But yeah, Madam Web definitely seems like an AI movie. And that's the photo that they used for the headline here. So I didn't read the article yet, but yeah, when you're talking about doo-doo movies, Bill.
Hold on, there's got to be a YouTube video on this one. Hold on, let me go look for this here. AI Sony, what? Because we were talking about them being this. Hold on, I'm sorry. Typing in, I just typed in AI Sony, and good God, that was just a bad idea.
He saw something.
Bad idea. It didn't bring up any of the shit that I was looking for, and it just made me laugh really hard. What it did bring. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll pull up the article so we can talk about it. Let's see here.
Oh my God, I fucking hate this mouse.
A good mouse is so underrated.
Seriously, the fucking trackpad, thumbpad thing on the MacBook Pro, these new motherfucking MacBook Pros, it can suck a whole dick. I'm probably just ruining all the monetization on this YouTube channel right now. But let me just tell y'all something, man. Fuck this goddamn trackpad bullshit. Sorry. I'm all about the regular mouses. You know what I'm saying? The trackpad is here to give you carpal tunnel and make your wrists bad. It's also here to make you stupid. It doesn't even have a right click on this bitch. I just don't fuck with it. Get you a regular mouse. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with a regular ass mouse. And bring back multiple ports on my goddamn computer. This is bullshit. I shouldn't have to have my shit looking
a
like
dongle. The thing that you, I hate.
Look like I got a Voltron over here. This motherfucker, all kind of shit.
You gotta build that shit up. Like,
this is crazy, man.
It's an antenna.
It's ridiculous. But yeah. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody watching right now on Twitter, Drunk Bantha's channel, and on Nerds at Night. Hold on. Did you find it? Or I was gonna try.
Oh, I just looked at that article. Well, I'm reading the article right now because I had just found it. Well, like, yeah, one of my biggest questions when I first just read that headline was just like, didn't they just had the strike? Was like a lot about not having AI and shit.
Yep, that's I mean, but so that's why they did it. They were like, "Yo, don't lie to me," because that's what they did last time. They said last time they went on strike, it was about streaming, and they were like, "Look, man, we're not gonna be." I know y'all think we're gonna be just streaming everything, streaming. That's not gonna be. That's not real. There's a very low possibility of us actually streaming content. Like, come on, that's not gonna happen. And the actors were like, no, bro, like we see it happening. Like HBO was already streaming, CBS, period, like in general, was already streaming, but they was free. They were streaming shows like Numbers and CSI and whatever else you can think of that's in that vein. They were streaming them already on their personal websites, CBS.com, NBC.com, got Heroes streaming, got ER streaming, but it's all free. Like, you don't have no subscription, none of that. It was just all free. What ended up happening? They went on strike, they got the deal, and then that's when all that shit stopped being free all of a sudden. That's when you start seeing the shit just like, because they got the deal that they wanted, but you started seeing all these companies trying to compartmentalize and pull back on the streaming so that they could then basically get to where we are now, because they've never known what to do with this shit. People, nobody's ever known what to do with it. We know now that Blockbuster had an opportunity to be Netflix before Netflix was Netflix, right? We know that now, but it goes to show that nobody knew what to do with this shit. Like, and still to this day, don't nobody know what to do. You mentioned Netflix just started making a profit, and they're the only people to make a profit as of right now. They're the only people to really make a profit off of streaming. Like, and that, well, the newest lawsuit, the newest agreement that SAG has with the studios is supposed to be that companies like Netflix and other streaming services are going to have to start actually reporting their ratings with Nielsen. So Nielsen and SAG have gotten together, and I've talked about this a little bit before on this show about how they just got together and they made it to where now it is no more buddy program, and I'm just going to trust you. There ain't no trust fall program no more with streaming. It's going to be about, hey, do you have the views to match up with the value of what you're saying this streaming service is? So that's why you're seeing a bunch of companies purchase sports right now. You're seeing live, or you're you're seeing Amazon buy different sports packages, having different sports on there. You're seeing Netflix buy up. I don't know if y'all know this, but every Christmas Day game for the NFL now is going to be on Netflix for the next 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're seeing shit like that happen because they need to have a actual live base. Live television still makes more money than like regular television. Sports television is the only one really having a consistent profit as far as when it comes to these companies like NBC, ABC, blah, 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 purchasing the rights to certain properties. They're the only ones really making money consistently, because I'm sure you got your fucking Ninja Warrior tanks and whatever or something, your housewives, bachelors and things, those kind of things I'm sure make plenty of money. But those things are also only on television for 30 minutes to an hour at a time.
And they're very like, yeah, I mean, like reality television has the best margins.
Right, exactly. It's cheap to make and it's goddamn
quick to roll out.
And we can keep pumping these bitches out what do they do? Like 2 of them a year, right? Like wherever you are in the world, we can put out 2 bachelors a year.
Right. Right.
Which is crazy to me. But yeah, like that system is all coming to a halt, in my opinion. I think streaming is in a dangerous place where you can either thrive or it's going to collapse. So I don't think that there's going to be a lot of content on Amazon Prime in the next 10, 20 years. Could be wrong about that, but that's not where they make the most of their money. That's just where they're trying to get in right now to disrupt the rest of the market. That's not where they really make their money. Like YouTube TV bought into the packages, right? So you've sports packages. So if you want NFL, NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball, if you want to get those sports packages, you can get them through YouTube TV. But they're not going in and trying to start like Apple TV and do original content through YouTube TV. Why? Because they see like that's not really where the benefit is in streaming going forward in the future. And also YouTube makes up about 10% of or 12% of all of Google's sales. I mean, profit margin. So it's like that's not a big deal to them. Same thing with Amazon, like Amazon Prime, like Amazon Video makes about 10% of their actual profit margin. So it's like really they're just doing things that the things that they're doing is just to disrupt how things are going.
I have a hold of the market share. Yeah.
Which is insane. Like these bringing it back to the Ticketmaster point, these people already have a monopoly. All these monopolies already exist. They just making them it where it's more obvious. You know what I mean? Like it's making it where it's more of a stranglehold on the consumer, which is the only time we care. Like, okay, now it's just ridiculous. Like I'm having to pay more than I was paying without cable. I mean, when I had cable. And the reason I got rid of cable is so I ain't got no commercials. And I got commercials when I'm paying for the streaming. This shit's crazy. What's Kenya talking about? Kenya talking about reality TV equals the junk food of TV.
Yeah.
She also said here, since it became popular for folks to cut the cord on cable, streaming has gotten out of hand. It's almost cheaper to just get cable again versus getting all the streaming services. And Kenya, you're right, because the fact is, it is cheaper. It's not almost cheaper. It's 100% cheaper if you just got cable. Now, the only issue with that is that they're moving, like if you're a sports fan, they're moving everything behind a paywall. So you're not going to be able to watch all your sports without having certain streaming services or without having purchased the ESPN Plus or whatever. Like, it's getting that bad, you know? So pay attention, you guys. Pay attention. This is why it's important who you elect. And people don't worry about this type of shit until it's already happened. Right? Like, not worried about, like, this article it was a Rolling Stone article talking about the monopoly that Live Nation's got, but this shit was happening in 2004. So why didn't you say something then? Because they was probably doing a deal. They probably had a deal with Ticketmaster or some shit. Like, didn't benefit them to talk about monopolies and is this a good idea? How does this affect the consumer? Because nobody cares until all of a sudden it's an article 25 years later.
I got a couple of different topics. I don't think Terry is coming back.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
even Pearl Jam was on it years ago, right? Yeah, Pearl Jam was the one that. I do remember something like that. Got a couple of topics. It was this video, a wild brawl. Travis Scott at Cannes Film Festival.
And that was
you heard about that show?
This wasn't actually Tiger, right? This is
no, it's just some dude. Jared's boyfriend throws down too.
At first they said that this was Tiger. Like when it happened, I remember the moment it happened, people was texting me talking about, yo, this Tiger getting in a fight with, and, you know, them niggas they share a baby mama and whatnot. So
okay, so that kind of makes
that's
sense.
why, yeah, but this is not Tiger. So this is Cher's boyfriend. Cher's.
I don't even know if it's between Travis Scott and but like it's between their camps, Travis Scott and Tiger's camps.
Yeah.
Just
so happens to be Cher's boyfriend.
Which is just like so out of control, right? Like why? Like he's just
24 years old. I don't know.
But it's just like, bro, you're married to your girlfriend Cher. Sit your ass down.
Seriously. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe nigga was like, yeah, nigga, that's why you Cher's pet. Boom. She got crazy.
Get crazy over here.
I mean, this
doesn't or whatever
fight to me.
It looked like it was broken up pretty quickly here. It's just some TMZ shit.
Cause fighting is like bing, bing, bong, bong. This is a tussle to me. Somebody got
just yeah.
I don't know who
is. Yeah, this is a quarrel.
It was a quarrel, yeah. It was a tussle.
was definitely a little tussle there.
Kerfuffle.
Also, some news that Ken's what does it say? It said,
"Oh, is this about Kelly Rowland? Who is this?
Dominican actress Mazel Tavares was really rushed out of the carpet as she posed for photos at the Cannes Film Festival. The same security guard was involved in an incident with Kelly Rowland.
Yeah,
okay, so it does seem like it's a
that bitch is just racist.
The thing. So she's trying to pose for a photo. And living there.
So I guess this lady is just a whole asshole because she did.
That's what I'm getting from this. What the hell?
But I mean, at the same time, she is supposed to like job what? Okay, so I don't know what she wants to happen.
But it's like but like if you're not even able to pose for a photo,
which is what people are asking to happen. No, I see what's happening here. Now, this is what's actually happening. She's getting mad because they keep picking her dress or whatever you call it. They keep picking it up.
Right.
And she's clearly trying to let it show, and it won't show until she has walked enough.
Yeah, and it's just like, get the fuck off me though.
Back the fuck up and quit touching it.
Yeah,
this is these dresses aren't cheap. These are like $30,000, $40,000 dresses. Like, yo, get your hands off my motherfucking dress. Yeah, same thing. She does this to everybody, but it's the security staff.
She's basically doing it to only minorities.
I mean, she's doing it to everybody. She's doing it to every single person. She's an asshole. But it's not just her, it's the whole security staff. I mean, if you look at everybody around, she's telling her to go ahead right there. Just everybody doesn't have to be an asshole about it. See, she's trying to get her to move right there. See?
I don't think that's the same lady.
It's not the same lady. That's my point, is it's security trying to move her along. It is basically their job to keep you moving, because if everybody stays there and just takes pictures all day, then everybody just be sitting there taking pictures all day. It's not, you got to keep it moving. But it's the being rude part. This is the being rude portion, right? Because she's stepping on her dress.
I think that's the same lady right there. That's the same lady over here.
Yeah. But it's like the stepping on the dress.
And she's like, do not fucking
look, this girl right here. Her face is the best one. Yeah. The little girl with the girl right at the below, right behind her, because she was looking and turned around like, ooh.
She's like, oh
shit.
No,
it was the stepping on the dress. It's the touching of the dress. It's like, yo. I understand. I'm cool. But yo, don't fucking touch my $80,000 dress. Like, don't touch my $25,000 dress. Don't touch my shit. Like, you're stepping on my shit. And like, you don't know how long it took me to get into this bitch. If you step on it, bitch, I might walk and all my shit fall out. Like, what if you step on my dress and my whole dress fall apart, and then I'm sitting here ass naked on the red carpet because your dumb ass. Like, and that's basically what she told that bitch. Like, she got the
it says here in the federal and video, it looks like two of the guards' colleagues tell her to chill. She did the unit too. Oh, that's with one of the
I'm sure people were trying to tell her to chill, but at the same time, they're also all still trying to get her to get off the carpet. Like, their job is to get whoever is on the carpet off the carpet off the carpet in an efficient manner. Because actors love they self now. Entertainers, they love them some them. Every single one of them is like, I love me some me. you know, and ain't nothing wrong with loving you some you, but they will stay there too long.
But like, you know, the fact like that there's so many people that are like telling her to like, bro, chill the fuck out. What are you doing?
It's the stepping and the touching. That's the issue.
Yeah, it's just like
that's
and
what
it's also just like the blocking too.
Look, the step
like it's just like
she stepped on her dress. Look at the step on
right. I don't know. That shit would have pissed me off too. Especially when there's like so many people.
I understand why the blocking is happening because what she's doing is she's trying to discourage them to stand there and take a photo because like she knows that's not a good photo if they just stand there. But it's the touching and the stepping. It's the touching and the stepping.
The touching and stuff. Okay, we got Chelsea in the house. Watch her mouth. She says yes, but for years, Atkins, actors at least have a few seconds to way back and pose. This lady was aggressively Karen. Yeah, the aggressively Karen part that was just like.
I don't think it has anything to do with black or white. I think that if you went to this lady's house, you know, she's got a lot of fucking Coors Light laying around.
She may have actually made the top 100 Apple albums list.
She might have, but you know, she's literally just a lady doing a fucking minimum wage to $20 an hour job that.
You say she probably hates these celebrities? Like, fuck y'all.
I don't think she hates them. I think she hates the job where it's like, oh my God, I gotta fucking try to tell all these adults to move like they're fucking children, and I gotta fucking don't nobody want to take a picture of you anyway, bitch. Like, this is go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just anybody who's ever had a bad job. That's what this is dealing with. But everybody's had a bad job where somebody does it worse than you. Right, and she's the one doing it worse because, like I said, if you go back to that video of Kelly Rowland, it was somebody there at the very beginning. She was telling her to come on, but she wasn't being rude like the lady who, when she gets up to the top, was being right. She's not being but she's still telling her like, "Yo, no, look at me. See, she's pointing her this way." Then she has to come back into the shot and tell her, "Hey, look, come this way, this way." Right. Okay. And nope. Hey, come with me. Come with me. This way. Come back over here. But it's not until she gets up to this top where it becomes an issue. This gentleman is like, come on. Then this young lady, oh my God, would you just come on? And then that's when this lady come in. See, and that's when
typically do like a little
unnecessary.
But like, you know, it's the stepping and like you know,
stepping and the touching.
Behavior is different.
Stepping and the touching. It's the stepping and the touching.
It's definitely a bad look, but like people are like, okay, stop doing this. Back off just a little bit.
Well, you look at the old girl, everybody who was already telling her to calm down, and then when she came over, everybody just walked away. They were like, oh shit, here comes
bad.
Everybody know Deborah act like this. This is what Deborah do. Everybody know Deborah gonna come over here and mess it up. And that's why this lady's so adamant about it. She's like, come on, before Deborah come on over here, goddammit. Come on now. And then dude is over here like, yo, Miss Roland, you gotta come over here before Deborah come over here. Because you know, hey, you know, Deborah's coming. You better come on now. And then here come Deborah. Didn't I tell y'all to get this bitch up out of here? Bitch, you better get your ass upstairs now. Ain't nobody try. Look, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to step on your shit, but goddamn it, you need to get your black ass up in this bitch.
Chelsea in the house, watch your mouth. She says, but all of those are like C to D list celebs being rushed off. You think Deborah would have rushed Beyonce off? No chance. Oh yeah, and like nobody's going to be on the stairs.
Absolutely.
For Beyonce.
Well, that's why I said she just like, don't nobody want to take a picture of your ass, bitch. Get on, get up off this goddamn.
Yeah, you nerd.
But that's how Deborah think. That's not how I think.
Yeah, no, I would be very much being like, Miss Rowland, Kelly, look at me. I need to get that shot. Yeah.
Like,
I'll be
yeah,
out there.
Miss Kelly, you know what I'm talking about? You look great today. You know what I'm talking about? Look,
Yeah.
you gotta send me the number of that wig. Where you got that wig, you gotta send me the number to that motherfucker right there. 'Cause that shit slick as hell. You know what I'm talking about? Uncle Jesse used to wear a wig just like that. And you just keep talking and then you become friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been playing it. If you don't like your job, be nicer. Somebody might help you out, get you the fuck up out of there, but don't be a fucking asshole stepping on bitches' dresses. She stepped on that dress because she can't afford that dress, and every other dress that she stepped on before that. Because she don't like the fact that she can't afford that shit. And I ain't mad on that. I ain't mad at her, but don't take it out on Miss Rowland.
Oh, it's gonna be you're just gonna look bad if you do that with Miss Rowland.
And she won't be there next
time.
What'd
you say?
I said, I bet you she won't be working there next year. Frothy said
Well,
no.
Okay.
Crackle Barrel next year, goddamn it.
I kind of I actually because they had a little program going, like, so young aspiring filmmakers, film enthusiasts, if you're under the age of like 28, then you can actually get free tickets to cons. You just gotta like write them a little essay. They may send that to you. So just just throwing that out there. Maybe next year y'all will be being rushed out, being rushed off.
Especially if you come in there and you white and you wearing something long as fuck, and they go
something trailing
out of there too. They gonna be get your ass,
get the fuck out of there.
These things, people, is a way to do these things.
What's her name? Millie Bobby Brown is
dating Drake
now. No, Drake is in shambles because Millie Bobby Brown is now married. What was the thing? What I just see?
Millie Bobby Brown is married now. That's gonna cause some issues with Stranger Things, ain't it?
Why?
What's his name? Mike gonna be jealous.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's gonna be like wanting that last kiss or whatever.
Mike gonna be butt hurt in the mud.
You're gonna be wanting that last kiss.
What
white in a ball gown.
Hey, look at this. This is crazy.
Well, yeah, that's all you need right there.
We can just keep doing Stranger Things, can we? If they getting married now, like the motherfucking kids ain't kids no more, man. They getting married.
Okay, yeah. So like that's kind of like a strange thing, and I actually had to look at her because she's 20 years old. So I was like, damn, like I thought.
Yeah, no, I just so for the listening audience, Chelsea said basically exactly what I just said. Okay, this little girl is married, but she's acting like she's all of 14 when Stranger Things comes back. Yeah. That is she'll be 16 when Stranger Things comes back. Maybe 17, 16 years old when Stranger Things comes back.
I think it's like a full on, continuation from like when the last season of Stranger Things happened.
In high school in the last season. So
it was like 3 years ago, and it's just going to be continuation. Like them kids are going to be old as hell looking.
But they was in high school, so I mean, we've had plenty of high school students.
Yeah, I mean, like Sydney Sweeney and Madam Web or whatever.
Exactly, we've had
like
whatever. Yeah, for a while.
She's probably actually like the least gap of actual age to playing a high school student or something.
Probably
in like recent years or whatever. But yeah, I did think kind of interesting.
My bad. I should have muted myself for that. I had to say to Frothy, can you hand me another White Claw? Look, you think this is a good time to switch to kick?
To kick?
Yeah. Can we do a switch?
Does it work? Does it? I haven't. I thought we were going to do like a test.
We could do a test. We can do a test. We can run a test. I think we can do a test right now. We'll go off on Nerds at night.
Nerds at night, yeah.
And then we can.
Well, I mean, let's see here.
Try to.
Well, people are the ones who. How many?
There's only one on Drunk Banthas, so we can go off on Drunk Banthas. It's probably Morgan. He's probably
okay. So yeah, we're gonna try kick out.
Just so y'all know, everybody who's watching, we're gonna try out something today. Hopefully, it'll work. We're gonna cancel from Drunk Banthas, and we're gonna go over to Kick. If you're watching at Nerds at Night, don't worry, nothing should change. And if you're watching at Twitter, don't worry, nothing should change. If you're watching on the Bantha Bunch, go ahead, switch on over to Twitter. And if you have a Kick account, go on over to Kick and sign up and fuck with us. I'm going to try it right now just to see if it works. Bing.
Boom.
Cancel. So we're moving. Oh no, don't delete. But I'm removing YouTube.